I want to pick your brain here because I'm sure you know all these scenarios since you forwarded an idea to fix overtime to the membership at the league meeting that just finished up last month. You wanted teams to, or suggested teams to go for 2 if they score a touchdown to win it. Instead, it was, I guess, more of a more conventional, if you will, idea.
Yeah.
So my question for you
I tried to pull, before mine got 0 votes, I tried to pull it off, but they wouldn't let me.
That's the way these things work. So
right, you can't fire me, I quit.
So let's get into it here. Are you now going to go and give the ball up in overtime? You want it second? Or you want it first now under these new?
Yeah, I mean,
rules?
I think those are things analytically we'll look at, and I know that's been the idea, and I think that's obviously exactly what you're going to need. You're going to have most likely if you're are down, you're going to have 4 downs to do it, and that would be, I'm sure, the analytical approach, and and then there's probably also the approach that says, hey man, we want to go score and we want to put the pressure on them, and so I'm sure we'll look at all those things when the playoffs come around next year.
What's your general sense, though? I mean, I'm just interested in gaming it out. Unless you don't.
I mean, I just try to go through the general sense. Was that if you defer and you play defense,
right? No, I know the if, but what do you prefer? What do you prefer?
I'm not going to have to make that decision. We don't. The playoffs aren't for quite a while.
No, I know that, but I mean, you got to be prepared, don't you think? I mean, this is.
Yeah, I'm not going to prepare for a game that I don't know who we're playing or where we're playing at.
So it really is all circumstantially based, is what you're saying.
Well, you could have a big rainstorm coming in, and it could be a torrential downpour, and you'd want to take the football and score as fast as possible because, you knew that the rain was coming. There's a lot of factors that go into it. We'll look at it and we'll try to be ready that when the playoffs come around next year.
What about the idea that you prefer to know what you have to do offensively, that the team that gets it second will have the benefit of knowing that and have to go for all 4 down, go on every single
right.
4th down, right? I mean,
yep, that's what we touched on, right? That would be the analytical approach. I know I need a field goal. I know I need a touchdown, and I'm going to use all 4 downs to get it. It's a tie game. I still have to protect the football, field position, all those things. I think all that comes into play. But at the end of the day, I think it's important that, with the investment that teams are making to quarterbacks, that, those premier players are, going to have an opportunity to have an impact on the game if it were to go to overtime.
What'd you like about your idea? What did you like about that?
I thought that it gave a little bit of validation instead of having a walk-off that you had to validate. I used to watch the old Skins game with my grandpa, and if you made a birdie, you'd have to validate and at least make a par on the next hole to win all the cash. And so I thought that would be a way to validate it. If there were a long penalty, a long pass play, long touchdown, somebody falls down or something, and maybe a team was going to go for 2, didn't get it 50% of the time. They could ultimately end up losing the game. If you opted to kick the extra point, then the other team would get the ball. So it had a little bit of intrigue, and our guess was that 75% of the time that the other team was going to get it, but in the end, it couldn't guarantee that they would.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.